The world has come a long way with technologies and medicine and developments, but regardless, in rural parts of these three countries, Bangladesh, India, and Pakistan, there are still serious health concerns, and one of them is lack of healthcare, proper healthcare, lack of laboratories, and lack of understanding issues such as mental health and things such as that. Another health issue that is seriously not looked upon is malnutrition, which is very common in countries such as India, Bangladesh, and Pakistan. What happens is basically because boys and men do get most of the jobs in those three countries because of the way the culture is, the girls end up getting less food on their plates, especially in the rural parts of these three countries. And this leads to serious health issues such as they can be markers for things like cancer, they can be markers for serious illnesses. And there is actually a custom when allocating food in the household, because these rural parts have very little food to give to their families at all. There is a saying that says the women eat the last and the least. And it's a tradition being kept alive by the women who become mothers, and they pass this tradition along to their daughters, to their granddaughters, to their great-granddaughters. Another problem is the shortage of bathrooms and necessary feminine hygiene products. So due to an absence of proper bathrooms in these countries, men have no complications most of the time because they can relieve themselves almost anywhere. But women have to really get down and relieve themselves, which cannot be done in a private environment most of the time. And they need at least a room just to do that. And sometimes in rural parts of India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, you'd have to walk miles and miles to find a place like that. Another problem is feminine hygiene products. What's reported is that most of the time women end up using a cloth or a rag that they've been using for decades and years and on for things such as their menstruation time periods. And there was another problem that these populations face is the idea of mental health issues, which people assume is made by decision. And that's the reason why if people seem to be out of the normal category, such as people who have Down syndrome or things such as illnesses that you can't really see in real life, such as heart conditions, things that are going on with your body, anything to do with chemicals, people in those three countries don't really see the point of solving. Most of these mental hospitals end up chaining their patients to their beds because they think that any kind of mental illness just means crazy. So all in sum, there are some serious health issues that are prevalent in these three countries, Bangladesh, India, and Pakistan, because not only do they share a history of war and land property, but they also share these similar cultures that end up to causing these similar problems. Thank you.